Children, in chapter 5, continuity and differentiability, we had studied continuity of a function, differentiation of a function using first principle, and also by using formula method, and also we have done the derivative of implicit function. In this video, we will be discussing how to differentiate a inverse trigonometric function. Before we actually discuss the question of related to this particular topic, let us go through this chart. In this chart, we will be directly having the differentiation of sine inverse x. We will be directly taking the value sine inverse x will be equal to 1 upon root 1 minus x square, and the domain it is minus 1 to 1, but you have to remember these two columns. Cos inverse x is minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square, tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square with real number as the domain, cot inverse x is minus of 1 upon 1 plus x square, again with the same domain for what we have for the tan inverse x. Sec inverse x is 1 upon x root x square minus 1 with the domain open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity, and cosec inverse x is minus 1 upon x root x square minus 1 with the same domain. Now we will discuss one of the inverse trigonometric function. Out of this, any one of the inverse trigonometric function, how we have got the derivative. So let us discuss how we got tan inverse, derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. You can check for the other inverse trigonometric function also. So here we have to prove what is the derivative of tan inverse x. Now dy by dx of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. From the chart it is clear. Now how we have got this, you just see, let y equal to tan inverse x, then tan y will be equal to x, give it as equation number 1, differentiating both sides of equation 1 by x. So tan differentiation of tan is sec square y, and differentiation of y will be dy by dx is equal to differentiation of x will be equal to 1. Now bringing this sec square over to right hand side, so dy by dx is equal to 1 upon sec square y, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus tan square y. By using the identity, that can be written as 1 upon 1 plus tan y the whole square. Now that is equal to 1 upon 1 plus tan. Now what is y? Y is equal to tan inverse x, replacing y by tan inverse x whole square. Now children, we have studied that f of f inverse x will be equal to x. So using that particular property, so tan of tan inverse x will be equal to x, hence 1 upon 1 plus x square. Now the question is y equal to sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. This question I have done in two methods. The first one is y equal to 2 tan inverse x. This is only possible if you remember the elementary properties of inverse trigonometric function. Now in that 2 tan inverse x, we are having three values in terms of sine inverse, cos inverse and tan inverse. This is only possible if you remember that. So sine inverse of 2x upon 1 plus x square means it is equal to 2 tan inverse x, differentiating both sides with respect to x. So we will be getting y dash equal to 2. Now from the chart you know that tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. Now children, don't try to differentiate the function here. You have to make the function into the lowest form, then only differentiate the inverse trigonometric function. Don't try to differentiate here itself, because it will be very lengthy and you will not reach to the final conclusion. The second method is, if you don't remember this and this too, this carries of 1 mark. For more than 1 mark, Sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square, substitute x equal to tan theta, therefore theta will be equal to tan inverse x. Then y will be written as sine inverse of 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, and this formula you remember in class 11, 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is sine 2 theta. Now sine inverse of sine 2 theta, it is of the form f inverse of fx will be equal to x. So it will be 2 theta and theta will be replaced by tan inverse x. So y equal to 2 tan inverse x, differentiating both sides with respect to x, that is y dash equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square. Now our next question is y equal to tan inverse 3x minus x cube upon 1 plus 3x square, and here the interval has been given about x, that is x is greater than minus pi by 3 and less than minus 1 upon root 3 and less than 1 upon root 3. So we will be starting with put x equal to tan theta, then theta will be equal to tan inverse x. Since we have replaced x by tan theta, so what we will be doing, we will replace this x by theta in terms of tan function, and we know that minus 1 upon root 3 in tan function is minus pi by 6 and 1 upon root 3 is pi by 6. So replacing x by theta and the real value by a radian measure. Now what we will be doing, substituting the value of x over to this function. So y equal to tan inverse 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta upon 1 minus 3 tan square theta. Now again we have studied this value in class 3, that is equal to tan 3 theta. So replacing by tan 3 theta. Now when we have reached to this particular conclusion that tan inverse of tan 3 theta, don't directly write the value 3 theta, you have to check after reaching this particular stage, you have to check whether 3 theta is belonging to the principal value branch for the tan function. Whatever function is here, you have to check whether it is lying in the principal value branch. So what we will be doing, multiplying by 3 to the complete interval, so it will be minus 3 pi by 6 is less than 3 theta is less than 3 pi by 6, that will be 3 theta is greater than minus pi by 2 and less than pi by 2, which can be written as 3 theta is belonging to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And we know that for tan function the principal value branch is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, which we have studied in chapter 2, inverse trigonometric function. Hence we can write f inverse of f x will be equal to x. So y is equal to 3 theta. Now what is theta? Theta is equal to tan inverse x, replacing theta by tan inverse x. Now differentiating, what I have done here, differentiating both sides with respect to x. So y dash is equal to 3 upon tan inverse differentiation is 1 upon 1 plus x square. The next one is y equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, and here the interval for x is given, x is greater than 0, less than 1. So again we will be substituting, let x equal to tan theta, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse x. Whatever we are substituting for x, that same value of theta should be replaced here also. That means x is replaced by theta. So when tan is equal to 0, it is 0 radian, and when tan will be equal to 1, it is pi by 4. So we will be substituting x over here, that is y equal to cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Again in class 11 we have studied, this is the formula for cos 2 theta. After reaching this particular step, you have to check whether 2 theta is belonging to the principal value branch of the cos function, not of the tan function, cos function, whatever function we are having for that particular value. So what we are doing, the above interval we will be multiplying by 2. So 2 theta is greater than 0 and less than 2 pi by 4. 2 pi by 4 is pi by 2. That is 2 theta is belonging to open interval 0 to pi by 2. And this 0 to pi by 2 is belonging to closed interval 0 to pi. Why this interval has been written? The reason is that we are having cos function and principal value branch for cos function is closed interval 0 to pi. Since it lies between this, so 2 theta is holding, hence we can directly write y equal to 2 theta. Theta is replaced by tan inverse x, differentiating both sides by x. Therefore y dash equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square. In the previous question, we were having cos inverse of the function. Now it is sine inverse. Now this is one of the interesting question. So y equal to sine inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, and the interval is x is greater than 0 less than 1. So again we will be substituting same, x equal to tan theta. So theta will be equal to tan inverse x. Now whatever value of x we have taken, the same value, that means the same theta has to be replaced for the tan function, and for tan function 0 means 0 radian and 1 means pi by 4 radian. Now substituting sine inverse of 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. This formula is for cos 2 theta, but we know that f inverse of fx will be equal to x, not f inverse of gx will be equal to x. This is not. So what we will be doing, we will be taking the concept of trigonometric function what we have done in class 11 and even in class 10, that is cos 2 theta will be replaced by sine of pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Now after reaching this particular stage, that means f inverse of fx. Now is it equal to x or not? What we have to do, we have to check the interval. Now what I have done here, 2 theta, in front of 2 theta we are having a negative sign, so negative sign is multiplied. When a sign is multiplied to an inequality, the inequality reverses or sign also, so the sign is reversed. Now in front of 2 theta pi by 2 is added, so adding pi by 2 to the complete interval, so pi by 2 plus 0 is pi by 2, which is greater than pi by 2 minus 2 theta, which is greater than pi by 2 minus pi by 2 is 0. Now return this interval in a sequential order. After writing, we have got pi by 2 minus 2 theta is belonging to open interval 0 to pi by 2, and this 0 to pi by 2, since we are having sine function, and so principal value branch for sine function is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and this interval belongs to this, hence we can directly write y equal to pi by 2 minus 2 theta, and theta is replaced by tan inverse x, differentiating both sides by x. So y dash will be equal to, since it is constant, differentiation of constant 0 minus 2. Now tan inverse x differentiation is 1 upon 1 plus x square, hence y dash equal to minus 2 upon 1 plus x square. Now miscellaneous exercise question number 13, y equal to sine inverse x plus sine inverse root of 1 minus x square. We have to differentiate, and what is the value? Let us see. The interval for x is given minus 1 to 1. So differentiating both sides with respect to x, it is y dash equal to sine inverse, differentiation of sine inverse x is 1 upon root 1 minus x square. Now children, look here, here also I have directly taken the formula for sine inverse x, so it will be 1 upon root of 1 minus x square, this is x square, into, now differentiation of this part, root function differentiation is 1 upon 2 root, and again differentiating the inside function, that is the chain rule. So 1 minus x square differentiation will be minus 2x. This 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. Now after solving this bracket, so you are getting 1 upon root 1 minus x square minus x upon root of Now since it is the square function, the root will be cancelled out. 1 minus 1 plus x square, and this will remain as it is. So 1 and 1 will be cancelled out here. 1 upon root 1 minus x square minus x upon root x square into root 1 minus x square. Now root x square will be written as x, because root function is root is a function, so we will be writing only the positive result. So 1 upon root 1 minus x square minus x upon x root 1 minus x square. This x and x is again cancel. 1 upon root 1 minus x square minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square, that is equal to 0. Hence derivative of the function, this function will be equal to 0. Now extra question is y equal to cos inverse cos x plus sin x whole divided by root 2, and the interval for x is greater than minus pi by 4 and less than pi by 4. Now here root 2 we can write root 2 we can write in this particular form, that means 1 upon root 2 cos x plus 1 upon root 2 sin x. And since it is cos inverse, so we have adjusted 1 upon root 2 with respect to the formula of cos function, that means cos a cos b plus sin a sin b pattern. So 1 upon root 2 in terms of cos is cos pi by 4 cos x plus sin pi by 4 sin x, that is cos of a minus b. Now after reaching this condition, that means giving us equation number 1, we will be adjusting the interval according to this interval and seeing whether the interval is lying with the principal value branch for the cos function. So after adjusting, we are getting that pi by 4 minus x is belonging to open interval 0 to pi by 2, and we know that 0 to pi by 2, open interval 0 to pi by 2 is lying inside closed interval 0 to pi. Hence this satisfies the principal value branch for the cos function. Therefore cos inverse of cos pi by 4 minus x will be equal to pi by 4 minus x. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, y dash equal to pi by 4 differentiation is 0 minus differentiation of x is 1, hence y dash equal to minus 1. Now one more extra question and the last question, it is y is equal to cos inverse 2x into root 1 minus x square, and x is having the interval greater than minus 1 upon root 2 and less than 1 upon root 2. In textbook, in place of cos inverse, you are having the sin inverse function. The same method we will be following. So substituting, let x is equal to sin theta, which implies theta equal to sin inverse x. So since we have taken sin theta, so what we will be doing, in place of x we will be replacing by theta, and we will be seeing in sine function when it is 1 upon root 2, minus 1 upon root 2 and 1 by root 2. So then our function will become y equal to cos inverse of 2 sin theta root of 1 minus sin square theta, and root of 1 minus sin square theta is root cos square theta, and root cos square theta we have written cos theta. Now 2 sin theta cos theta will be equal to sin 2 theta. So cos inverse of sin 2 theta, again it cannot be written as 2 theta since both the function has to be same. So what we will be writing, cos inverse of sin 2 theta can be written as cos of pi by 2 minus 2 theta, which we have studied in class 10 also. Now after reaching this particular step, that is equation 1, what we have to do, we have to check whether this interval lies in the principal value branch for the cos function. So changing the theta according to this pi by 2 minus 2 theta, we have set complete. The process will be same as what we have done in the previous question, and we are getting that pi by 2 minus 2 theta is belonging to open interval 0 to pi, and 0 to pi, open interval 0 to pi is belonging to closed interval 0 to pi. Why we have written this? Because it is the cos function, and cos function principal value is closed interval 0 to pi. Hence we can straightforward write y equal to pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Theta is replaced by sin inverse x Now we can differentiate both sides with respect to x. Differentiation of pi by 2 is 0 minus 2 sine inverse. Differentiation of sine inverse, from the chart it is clear that 1 upon root 1 minus x square, hence y dash equal to minus 2 upon root 1 minus x square.